Hello, Danny Trofreg, and welcome to another video. And this one's actually a bit of an interesting topic video, so it is. And I was going to do something about the Wii U. I am now, but I'm going to do another video involving the Wii U. But this one is actually about, for my opinion, if as I said, everyone has their own opinion. Why I think that the Wii U, why owning a Wii U, alongside having a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360, is actually a very, very good combination to have for gaming. And now I'll explain the reasons why. Now the Wii U, obviously a very, very good console. I enjoy playing on it and I think it's absolutely amazing. But you've got to understand, everyone knows over the past 3 years since it came out in the United States so far, it has had problems, and obviously that's one of the the problems with the Wii U. Apart from that, I don't really see that. I think it's a great console, amazing games on it, great library. It is just something amazing that Nintendo's done. Now, a few problems it has. Well, the main one is that it's underpowered, and with trying to get a lot of multi-platform games on the Wii U, it can be difficult when they're on the PS4 and the Xbox One. And that's something that is a bit depressing with the Wii U. It's a great console, but unfortunately, you want to play all these great games that are not on this console. So you've got to buy a whole new console. Or you buy them for another console. Now, obviously, a lot of people may have an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 alongside the Wii U. But what if you don't? What if, for example, like myself, the Wii U is the only 8th generation console you own? I'm just saying. Then you'll look back and think, well, the thing that's good is that there's lots of great games that are still being made for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. A lot of the AAA games that are being made are coming to these two systems, which is amazing. Because you get to play all these, these new AAA games on the Sony and Microsoft's previous gen consoles, which I think is brilliant. Obviously, the hardware inside it is going to be much more inferior than the Xbox One and PS4. That's obviously true. But if you think that, you kind of get all these great games you want to play on to the either two systems. Like, for example, a lot of people own a Wii U and they could have a PS3 alongside that. So they could play all these great games that are coming to the PS3, which is amazing. You could be the same thing with the Wii U and Xbox 360. Same thing, you're getting all these great AAA games. Now, one that actually is an example is obviously the latest Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, which is a game I'm looking forward to getting. Now, obviously that got made for the Xbox One and PS4 alongside the PC, which I will mention the PC later on. But it also got made for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Obviously, it has a lot of features that are not in the game due to how the hardware is, which is a shame, but you've got to understand. These consoles are almost between near 89 years old, even almost 9 to 10. And thinking past that, obviously you're getting a very, a watered down version of that game. But if you think about it, you get all these great games that go into the PS3 and the Xbox 360, and then you've got all the games, all the like first-party games and certain third-party games coming to the Wii U, which is amazing because, as I said, you get like the full experience, and I kind of like that. I think it's really, really good. But alongside that, if you think about it, most games that are made for the PS4 and the Xbox One are really just multi-platform games, as well as being cross-generation games to the PS3 and Xbox 360. And less extent the Wii and Wii U. Less extent the Wii and Wii U. Because there are certain third-party games that are coming to the Wii and the Wii U, as well as the PS3, Xbox 360, PS4 and Xbox One, which are mainly like Just Dance and stuff. And that's just one thing that I find that's good, because people always say, well, what's the point of buying, a PS4 or an Xbox One? There isn't really any point. Obviously, they have, their own games. Like, I know the PlayStation 4 has one called Bloodborne, which I don't really know a lot. Until Dawn as well. And Microsoft has their own exclusives as well. Halo 5, the Gears of War Ultimate Collection and stuff. and as well as Rare Replay, which I think if I did get an Xbox One, that would be one I'd love to get, the Rare Replay, because it looks absolutely amazing, which is, brilliant. But if you think about it, instead of, getting this game console, like £300 or even more, it is really good to get the games on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, because it gives you more time. Because like I say, if you want to play this game, instead of spending like £300 on this whole new console and getting the game, at least you're saving. But one thing you got to think about is, if you get, for example, PS4 and Xbox One, and there are games you'd love to get, and you only get a few of them on the console, could it be a worthwhile thing to purchase? And I think that's one thing you've got to think about is, if I got a PS4 or an Xbox One, how many games would I get for it? Would I get like exclusive multi-platform games? And if I did, which console would I get if it was a multi-platform game? That's just how I am with the consoles. And I think that's a shame, because honestly, I know a lot of people always say, well, the thing is, Dominic, just upgrade, just get a PS4, just get an Xbox One. Don't care about this. This is old, it's out with the old and in with the new. That is just how it is. And I think that's the shame of it, because these game consoles obviously are good, but if you can get the latest games on the Xbox 360, the PS3, and even less extent the Wii and Wii U, is there any point of actually going out and spending the money on a whole new console when you can just get it on one of these two consoles, or free meal? And I think that's just what it is that really, honestly, if I had to tell people now and say, let's just say, for example, if someone said to me, Dominic, there are lots of great games I'd love to get, but I only have a Wii U. Let's just say they have a Wii U as their HN console. There are lots of games I'd love to play. Which one should I buy? The Xbox One or the PlayStation 4? And I would kind of look thinking, well, a lot of those games are still being made for the last generation, except for the Wii in certain, most aspects. And I'd ask them, do you have a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360? And if they say yes, I would honestly say to them, including myself, buy it for one of those two systems. If you've got a PS3, get the game for that. Same with the Xbox 360. If you've got one of those, get the console for that. Get the game for that. And honestly, it would just be a cheap alternative. And then once down the line, once the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 are finally done, then I'd say get a PlayStation 4, get an Xbox One, whichever you want, which is a good alternative. So I think it's good that because you can get all the great games on the Wii U, mostly exclusives, and then you can get all the great third-party games that are coming on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. And I think that's one of the best things about it. It's just really, really good. That it does give you this sort of great combination. You can have a Wii U, or with a PS3 alongside that, or you can have a Wii U alongside a 360, which is an Xbox 360, which is pretty good. Now, I'll quickly go on about PCs now, because I know a lot of people who have a Wii U do have a PC as well. And the one thing that's good for them is that they can actually get the best version of the game on the PC, as well as having a Wii U alongside that. They can get all the great exclusives on the Wii U, and then get the multi-platform games on the PC. It's basically the same thing, which is pretty good. And I kind of like that, because it really makes you think, what's the point of buying Sony, Microsoft next console when I could easily get the games to this? And honestly, if you are like me and you don't have another 8th generation console, and you've got a Wii U, you've got a PS3 or even a 360, honestly, I would really save my money, because that's what I will probably do in the far future, is that once the PS3 and the Xbox 360 are finally discontinued, as well as the Wii, that's when I will focus on the PS4 and the Xbox One, because there are exclusives on those two consoles that interest me, but it's not to me, a worth purchase to actually just go out and buy. I want to say, go out and say, you know something, I want a PS4. No, I want a Wii U. Sorry, I want an Xbox One. That's what I mean. And that's something I like. Obviously, I know that the consoles are aging, but I would say that this is a really, really good thing so far. Now, so I think. So I think if you have a Wii U and you want all these third-party games that are not coming to the console but are coming to the last generation, and you don't have one of these, I would say just get one as soon as possible, because, great games on it, obviously, and, still some great games coming out for these two consoles, which is so amazing. I'm very, very glad. But we know the day will end whenever it is. So it is. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching if you enjoyed it. I just thought, cause as I said, I will try to think of some sort of topic, and I thought this came up. But as I said before, you don't have to, stick with these two. You can get an Xbox One or PS4 if you want, but that's your own opinion. This is just a bit of an alternative if you want to go down this path. If you want, either these two or these two. So, as I said again, thank you very much for watching, and hope you catch my next videos coming up. So, see you later. Bye.